Hey guys, it's Obi here. Today we're going to talk about R1234yf. So we've talked about R12 and R134A, and this is R1234yf is kind of the final solution to Freon that we have right now. Okay, so this is quickly becoming the current standard. So how new is R1234yf? So it was introduced in 2015. That was when it first entered the market. It is not a requirement yet. Okay, let's make sure we have that part clear. The EPA has required all production vehicles use R1234yf by 2020. However, it doesn't appear that we are going to meet that goal. So it's kind of expected that they will delay this until 2025. A little bit of a misprint there due to supply issues. There's actually a plant opening up right now in Corpus Christi, Texas, which is going to help supply dramatically. But we just don't have the production capacity for this yet. Okay, so when we talk about how not all vehicles have done it yet, we can see that some production automobiles are using R1234yf and some are still using R134A. So here's a list by manufacturer, and we can see that Acura and BMW, I think, oh no, I'm sorry, Acura has not used any R1234yf. They have stayed 100% R134A. Audi is about 77%, and they have begun migrating over to R1234yf. BMW is 100% over. Buick is about 50-50. Chevy is about 65% converted. Fiat Chrysler is 87%. Ford is 42%. So you can see that we're making the switch, but we are not there. GMC is 83%. They're getting there. It's just taking a little bit of time. This is a standard already in Europe. So European vehicles already have to meet the standard. But we are not there yet in America. Okay? So, what is R1234yf? So we remembered R12 is a CFC, and it's a chlorofluorocarbon. R134A is an HFC, which means it's a hydrofluorocarbon. And R1234yf, yeah, that number gets long to say after a while, is an HFO, which means it's a hydrofluoroolefin. All right? So we notice that neither one of these have the chlorine atom in it. So it's definitely not going to hurt the ozone, but the hydrofluoroolefin actually contains some propene, I believe. Don't get too worried about what this actual word is. Just understand the R12 is a CFC, R134A is an HFC, and 1234yf is an HFO. Okay? So moving on. R1234yf is quite a bit better on the global warming potential side of things. So if we remember, R12 had a GWP of 10,680. R134A is 1,430. And then R1234yf has a GWP of 4. Now remember, we compare this to the GWP of carbon dioxide, which has a GWP of 1. All right? So this is doing pretty good. This is a huge reduction from R134A even. So that is why we've made the push to go to R1234yf. It definitely does not have the global warming characteristics. It must be easier to produce with less harmful emissions coming out of it, and it must break down in the atmosphere pretty fast. In fact, I think I read somewhere, and don't quote me, that it breaks down in the atmosphere in like 4 days, I think is what happens. So it's pretty drastic. However, it is still pretty freaking expensive. In fact, as of right now, it is still the most expensive Freon that you can actually get. So Freon currently costs approximately $100 per pound for R1234yf. Compare that to $5 a pound for R134A, and you can probably guess which one most people are going to pick. Now, it's important to understand, guys, that the cost is decreasing as production increases. So I know I said something a little bit ago that that plant in Corpus Christi, Texas is actually just getting ready to come online. And there are 2 more plants planned as far as I know. So as we begin to get the supply and we get the production kind of under wraps and understand how we're supposed to do everything, that price is going to come down. In fact, this time last year, I'm pretty sure that we were approximately $160 a pound. Okay, so it's definitely coming down, anyways, and it'll get there. This is just that time to integrate technology. Now, one big downside to R1234yf is it is actually mildly flammable. Okay. Now, before you freak out and go, "Oh my gosh, we're putting a bomb in my car," it's not that easy to get this thing to catch on fire. So it requires pretty high heat for a fairly consistent amount of times until you reach the combustion point. And the only way that's going to happen is if you happen to be in a fire. And at that point, you've probably already got that. At that point, you've probably already had enough problems that this is really the least of it. Okay, so this is only going to combust under an open direct flame for a little bit in the proper concentrations. So while it is mildly flammable, the characteristics needed to create ignition are not something that you're going to experience on a normal basis. Okay, so don't be too worried about that, but just understand that we actually do make the components, especially in the interior compartment, a little bit thicker, more robust, just to mitigate that fact. So we don't want to have this leaking in just on the off chance that we do have an issue with a leak. Okay. So just to sum this all up, R1234yf is the newest Freon available. It has a GWP of only 4, which is awesome. And currently, it's very expensive. Oh, I forgot to update this. So it's very expensive, and apparently last year was $140 a pound. But this will lower as production increases. So actually, that's $100 now. It is a hydrofluoroolefin. It is mildly flammable. However, it's kind of hard to get it to actually combust. And it is similar to R134a, but at this point, we cannot retrofit between the two. There's really no point to do that anyways yet, because R134a is still produced along with R1234yf. And frankly, any vehicle that's going to have this is probably still under warranty, so there's no reason to even consider retrofitting anything. Okay, guys, hope this helps. That is it for our Freon series. I will talk to you later. Bye.